Hello students and welcome to Native English with Chris. English pronunciation can be very difficult. It can be understood. Now, how would you say these words? How should you pronounce them in English? You should pronounce them through tough, thorough, thought, though. So English pronunciation is difficult. It can be understood through tough, thorough, thought, though. And you can probably see here why English pronunciation is difficult. Firstly, this th sound is difficult for a lot of students, but also, and more importantly, this combination of letters O-U-G-H that we have in English can be pronounced in many different ways. In this sentence, you have it pronounced in 5 different ways. So you have through, tough, thorough, thought, or though, oh. And this is just something that you don't have in many other languages. In many other languages, things are pronounced exactly how they are written, whereas in English, things can be written in a certain way, the same way, in different words, but they can have different pronunciations. Just before we get started, can I ask you to subscribe to my channel? It will help me so much in order to keep growing the channel and bringing these videos to you. So in today's lesson, in order to help you with your pronunciation, I'm going to teach you how to pronounce 20 of the most commonly mispronounced words in English properly. I'm going to teach you how to pronounce them in a British English way, in my British accent, which is important to note because there are some words that can be pronounced differently in American English or depending on where you're from. So I'm going to put these words up on the screen and I'm going to give you a moment to think about how you would pronounce them. Then I'll tell you how you should pronounce them properly and also tell you how many of my students often mispronounce them so you know what not to say. So number 1, you should pronounce this word comfortable. Like I am very comfortable now. You should not pronounce it like comfortable, like many of my students pronounce it. They try to pronounce the or syllable in the middle, but this should not be pronounced. It should just be like comfortable, comfortable. And number 2, how would you pronounce this word? This word is difficult because it has a silent letter in it. The P is silent, so it should not be pronounced receipt. It should be pronounced receipt, receipt. Like, please could I have a receipt for the food that I've bought? Number 3, this word should be pronounced recipe, recipe. It should not be pronounced recipe or recipe, as I sometimes hear from my students. For example, I have an excellent Indian recipe if you would like to know it. Number 4, this word should be pronounced determined, determined. It should not be pronounced determined, as I sometimes hear. Like, I am determined to help you with your English pronunciation. Number 5 is the word pronunciation. Now, I've said it a lot already in this video, so I hope you've been listening and you know it should be pronounced pronunciation. It should not be pronounced like pronunciation, as I often hear, but I can understand why some of my students make this mistake, because the verb is pronounce, however, the noun is pronunciation. Number 6. Now again, like many English words, this has a silent letter in it. This should be pronounced cupboard, cupboard. It should not be pronounced cupboard or cupboard. The P in this word is silent. Like, please can you put the glasses in the cupboard? Number 7. This word should be pronounced salmon, salmon. Again, there's a silent letter in it. There's the silent L. So you should not pronounce it like salmon, as I sometimes hear. There are other words in English that have silent L's, like half and calf. You should not pronounce these words half and calf. So you could say, please could I have half a salmon for dinner? Number 8. This word should be pronounced vegetable. Vegetable. Again, there's a silent letter here. There's a silent vowel in this word. So you should not pronounce it vegetable. The second E is silent, so you should just say vegetable. Like, vegetables are very tasty, maybe. Chocolate is even tastier. Maybe some of you prefer chocolate, and this is also a word with a silent vowel. You should not say chocolate, it should be chocolate. Number 9. This word should be pronounced island. Again, the S is silent, so don't say Island or Iceland. It should be pronounced island. Like, when I retire, I would like to live on an exotic island. I don't mean the country Ireland, by the way. Number 10. You should pronounce this word stomach. Stomach. You should not pronounce it like stomach or stomach, as I sometimes hear. It should just be stomach. Like, my stomach is full after dinner. Number 11. This word should be pronounced like clothes. Clothes. It should not be pronounced like clotheses, as I sometimes hear. So for example, maybe I should wear nicer clothes when teaching. Number 12. It's this thing here. You should pronounce this like thumb. Thumb. So again, in this word, there's a silent letter. The silent letter is the B. It should not be pronounced thumb, as I sometimes hear. It should just be thumb. And there are many other words in English with this MB combination of letters where the B is silent. For example, dumb, comb, succumb. So just another example of why English pronunciation is difficult, the amount of silent letters that we have. Like, I used to love combing my hair before I started to lose it. Number 13. Again, in this word, there is a silent letter. Can you guess what it is? Yes, obviously it's the silent B. So this should be pronounced like debt, not debt. Should just be pronounced debt. Similar to this word is the word doubt. The B in this word is silent as well, so it shouldn't be doubt. Should just be doubt. For example, I doubt that I have many debts. Number 14. So this word should be pronounced whole. It should not be pronounced with the W like whole or whole. It should just be whole. Like the word hole on its own that doesn't have a W, like a hole in the ground. The hole with a W is pronounced exactly the same. So again, silent letter. For example, I hope you watched the whole of this lesson. Number 15. So there are 2 words here, and I've done this because I often hear these words mixed up. The first one should be desert, like the Sahara Desert. And the second one is dessert. It's a longer sound, dessert, like I love to eat dessert after the main course. What's your favourite dessert? Number 16. Now this should be pronounced threaten, not threaten as I sometimes hear. It should just be threaten. Number 17. This might look simple to some of you, but I always hear this pronounced like woman, like one woman. But this is the plural for woman, and it is pronounced differently. It should be women, like there are 2 women over there. Number 18. So this word should be pronounced southern. Southern. It should not be pronounced like southern, as I sometimes hear. Again, the word south is pronounced like that, south. But this word is pronounced differently. It's southern. And just another example of how the same combination of letters, the O-U-T-H, is pronounced completely differently. South, southern. And number 19. Now this should be pronounced often. Often. Like, I often teach my students new words. And number 20. Now this word should be pronounced mortgage. Mortgage. Should not be pronounced mortgage. So the T is silent in this one. Like, one day I would like to get a mortgage. So there you have it. Those are 20 of the words that I hear mispronounced the most often on a daily basis by my students. So practice them, watch the video again, listen to how I say them, repeat them over and over. That's the best way to practice pronunciation. Just repeat the word 100, 200, 1,000 times depending on how much time you have. And then eventually it will become natural for your brain. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like the video if you liked it and subscribe to my channel. Cheers.